Good day, everyone. I, together with my group, would let you identify the beauty and essence of a piece. It may be simple or extravagant. So, before we proceed to our discussion, let me give you some sort of information so that it may awaken your mind regardless of what might be our topic. So, what this picture symbolize? Take a look in every picture. Okay, this picture may look like a simple, but don't take them as just a piece because they can move a mountain and clearly view things that you could never imagine.
Cat. The cuticle of a cat resemble petals or also known as spinous. Also the medulla of it does overlap through the cortex. The pigments fill both the medulla and the cortex as it resembles a solid pattern, but as we get deeper and critically look to its appearance and pattern, we observe some sort of space in between one another. May look like as fragmented that resembles unevenly spaced.
Goat hair has little coarse texture. Its cuticle was prominent. Medulla showed black pigmentation throughout the hair. It occupies nearly the entire width of hair shaft. Root of the goat hair appeared as wider funnel-like structure without pigments. In the past, pigs' bristles were used for making brushes. They have been replaced by synthetic bristles. The medulla is absent to continuous and generally broad to very broad. It looks like a collection of cylindrical structure, but somewhat flattened and shaped. The root, it appears slightly twisted or bowed and occasionally has pricks in the cuticle when viewed at a higher magnification. One of the animal hair is the rabbit. Technically, the cuticle does overlap. The scales seems to multiply on its composition. In other words, the rabbit hair is just single in form, but the scale seems to contradict as it multiplies because scales usually be seen as many as it should, and it does cover the entire area of the cuticle. Also, the medulla itself forms as one broken line of color as it goes through the tip. It observed that it filled in the entire medulla, forming a straight line.
We observe two types of fiber, namely cotton and sheep, which is the wool. Sheep is a fiber taken from an animal. Cotton is known to be one of the vegetable fiber that usually made of this polymer cellulose. Cellulose means insoluble substance, which is the main constituents of plant cell, and it absorbs water. This fiber is commonly used in textile materials. Under the microscopic inside, some of the fibers look like a flattened, irregular, and twisted ribbon.
Stretched hair, usually the medulla of a human hair, are thin, which occupies the entire film of medulla and cortex, or in a continuous pattern that associates the one unbroken line of color, but after it was stretched, we observe only the facial features outside the hair. The medulla and the cortex are not present, maybe because it was disturbed, allowing it to ruin the entire figure inside. As it stretched out, some of the part of the hair breaks off sharply, allowing us to spot some leaves distinguishing features that are seen. Naturally, fallen hair. The tip of the root is generally bulb-shaped as it falls out naturally everywhere. It appears curved and bent under a microscope examination, but still the follicle's tissue can be used to testify it well, being of where was the hair came from, allowing us to clearly and specify a person behind the case that happened. Fourthly, remove here. Hair looks like a container of a tube filled with keratin pigment that covers with small scales outside. As hair was removed with use of force technically, there should always be some parts that ruin
the burned hair. As the heat from the object passed through the human hair strip, we can immediately project that inside to it was then affected by burning. The roots look like a perfect bulb shape before it was undergo burning, but after, with the use of our naked eye, we can see what happened inside. But after I was placed and observed under the microscope examination, it was seen that it does affect the formation. It is ruining the entire medulla at the same time the cortex.